Hello students, in this video I'm going to show you a few features uh, about your menus and your tabs and just some things for navigating around in a applications window. So the first thing I wanted to tell you is that all apps have some certain common features. For example, almost all apps have an X. That will mean that you can close the window or close the application. You have a maximize and minimize button, and then you restore down or restore up. I'll click that just so you can see this window gets small and now the window gets big. You can use this button to move it down to the taskbar and then open it up. This whole thing up here is called the ribbon and menu items, and right here we have the name of the document, and right now I can tell that because it's a generic name, document 1, it has not been saved. And so if I wanted to save this file, the name will change. I'm going to do that very quickly. File, save as, and I type in the name. Excuse me. And see how it changed to written tech doc now, and I have the name of the file. So here we have the File tab with the drop-down menu and back, Home tab, Insert tab, Layout tab, References, and so on. And almost all apps have File and Home and a View tab and a Help tab. And so once you click on these, then other menus open up, and then I just click on a different one and it goes away and the other one opens up. So these are the menu tabs, and then this is the ribbon. And within the ribbon, I have different groups of things. So from this line right here to this line right here is the paragraph group. From this line here to here, I have the font group. So all of these things have to do with characters. All of these have to do with paragraphs. So different applications will have this divided up in different ways. Right here, we have what is called a launcher and a tooltip, a pop-up box that tells you what this particular tool does. Maybe you didn't know what this means, and you can look in here and it will tell you show hide. Or you can do tell me more and it'll give you a lot more information. But down in the corner here where they have these launchers, if you click these, more choices will appear. So I'm going to click the font one, and we have a dialog box with check boxes, a preview, and different settings that you can do, an OK button and a cancel button, and you can click OK and you then click the X to close the window or cancel. I click the X and it's gone. Now if I select this here and I go up here and look at the different fonts, you can see that I have what is called live preview. As I go down through these different items, the text is changing, and if I see something I like, I can go ahead and pick. I must tell you that this one right here, don't ever use that font. Nobody can read it. It's used for just decorative type things, and it's not a readable font, so don't ever use that in a PowerPoint or any kind of text. It's one that you want to avoid, except for maybe looking pretty here or there, but not if people have to actually read anything. So that's a live preview, and I'll show you another live preview in a minute. Right now you can see that we have a certain number of items up here, and if I click in this table, I have two more choices that show up. These are called contextual menus, and so I'm in a table and I'll get table design and layout. If I click in this picture, actually I got what is called a shape format and a picture format, And I think it just depends on where I click. Now it's just back to a picture format. And if I click that, then I've got my menus for working with pictures. And then I'm going to show you another live preview. You can see different borders that are appearing. If I click this down button here, I can, it's moving to another page is what's happening there. Let's click that one. So I just chose that and I'll click this one now. Oops, and it went to another page. So that's a live preview, and then you can select what you want. And I also want to show you, if you can see my mouse right here, it has a four-headed arrow, and that will help me move this picture. But right now there's a setting right here that won't allow me to move it, so I'm going to take a different setting, and then I can pull this and move it around. So this is called a move. The cursor is like a move handle, and it will move. Another one is this one here, and it will rotate. If you get it just right, it'll rotate. I'm not going to take a time to do that, but well, I will if I can get it. There, it's turning back and forth. Oh, and then the last one is it gets into a double-headed arrow. And when you size the picture, you always want to go from a corner, and then it will stay the right look. If I just pull from here and make it bigger, I make him a little bit too squishy, and then I can squish them up and I can pull them down and different things like that. So those are some key things that you'll be using is the context menus. Now I'm going to go from my Word document, which is in one application. This application is open, and I'm going to click on my taskbar and I'm going to open up my Canvas, and I'm going to check and make sure that I talked about everything that's in this particular item here, application interface components. I talked about the ribbon in the toolbar. I talked about the home tab and the format group. I didn't mention the rulers and the scroll bar, so we'll go back and do that. I did talk about the document area, that's the main window. And I talked about contextual tabs, meaning that as you click different things, you'll get different menus. It depends on how you're using the interface. And then I didn't talk about the navigation bar, pane I mean, and the status bar and the zoom control. So I have those three to talk about, and the ruler and scroll bar. So let's go back over to Word real quick. And if you look right here, we have a ruler, 1 inch, 2 inch, so you can see where you would be on the paper. Here's 1 inch, 2 inches. If I go into view, I can turn that ruler off, and now the ruler is gone, or I can toggle it back on. I have scroll bars, and these are kind of skinny little scroll bars, and sometimes they hide, and there's going to be an exercise for you to show how to unhide those. And right here we have a zoom bar, so I can zoom up and down. I think I did talk about this, sorry. And you could also do slider on it, slide it back to 100%. Over in this corner, this is called the status bar, and it's telling me what page I'm on. So sometimes different applications will have different kinds of status bars. They might be here, they might be up in the corner, they might be in different places. And then there's also a navigation pane. So I'm going to go back over to here. This pane right here is called a navigation pane because you can go from home to modules to pages. And you can also go navigating and moving around your screen through here. So those are called navigation panes. And okay, so I talked about zoom, status, navigation, contextual tabs, and previews. In the document area, the ruler and the scroll bars. Okay, I think I've talked about everything. I'll go back over to my Word document and we'll finish up there. And Um, I want to move this up a little bit. I can do that. And so this is there's the desktop window, and this is an application window. This in here is my document window where my document actually is. If I come back over to Canvas, this whole thing is my Canvas window. And up here we have tabs, and you can add different places what you want to go to on the internet by just clicking these different things here. But see, we still have the close and that type of thing. So as you're learning to work with your computer, you'll find out that there's more than one way to do anything, and that if you get lost, just kind of start over, kind of try to click in a wide area instead of like in the middle of a in the middle of something, and you might be able to just start over and redo it. And it's just about experimenting and not being afraid. You can't break anything. And there's a key stroke you'll learn about called Control Z that can undo everything you do wrong. Up here we have that one isn't an undo, but let's go over here. And oh, I don't have any undos in here. The navigation pane for Word is Control F, and then we have a navigation pane that opens up. And if I had different parts of the document, if I had a larger document, I could go by pages, or I can search for a word. Like if I search for the word college, it highlights it. So navigation pane. There's there's a lot to learn, but it's as you go through the quarter, you'll gain more and more skill, and so don't expect yourself to remember everything. There's no way you can do that. This class isn't about remembering everything. It's about just working with things and being fearless and trying, and sometimes just you have to start over. Okay, thank you.